offseason, but the Chicago Bears' new hires have given us plenty to talk about. Kevin Fishbain, Arthur Arkush, going to talk a little X's and O's here about the Bears' defense, if it's going to be a 3-4 defense. And Arthur, we're going to talk about a lot throughout these videos about Vic Fangio, who's coming in with some 3-4 knowledge. You know, the Bears have an outside linebackers coach now, but it doesn't mean it's going to always be a basic 3-4 defense. We're going to see a lot of different fronts, and we still don't even know what they're going to run. But just let's talk a little bit about a simple 3-4 defense, what to expect, and some of the main positions in this space.
Yeah, that's what we have illustrated here. This is, as Kevin said, very much a basic 3-4. Obviously, you've got your 3 down linemen. You've got your nose guard who's lined up in a 0 technique right over the center, and then you've got your 2 exterior linemen who are both in this illustration, I believe, pretty much 4 techniques, which is right over the tackle. What it means, if they're lined up over someone directly, it generally means they're going to be responsible for 2 gaps. The nose guard is going to be responsible for both of these gaps here. Same with these 2 out exterior linemen. And it means that they need to be able to stack, they need to be able to shed, and they need to be able to kind of react while they're able to hold up at the point. On the outside, you've got your 2 on the line of scrimmage linebackers, your outside linebackers, and then your standard inside linebackers, more responsible for run responsibilities, run defense.
And the 49ers did not use this all the time. You know, the first slide we're going to show you here, the game against the Bears, when the Bears went into San Francisco and won last year, and here the 49ers are in a nickel, and you can see they only have 2 down linemen. So clearly Vic Fangio is versatile, and he can kind of mix up his looks. And you mentioned the 4 techniques here. A lot of times people talk about the 5 technique, which is going to be outside the shoulder, and then you're talking about a little bit of a 1 gap, and we know, J.J. Watt, very known for that too, so we could see that when the Bears decide to, if they decide to use this front.
Right, and again, the key here is just flexibility, variability. There's going to be a lot going on. The nickel slide that you're looking at right now, in this case, it's going to get rid of the nose guard. So you're going to have 2 down linemen. They're going to have the flexibility to move, throughout the line where Fangio wants them. But that's generally the first play you're going to see come off in a sub package is your nose guard, because you're looking for some more pass rushing responsibilities. The second guy to come off, if you go to a dime package, is typically going to be one of your inside linebackers. Again, it leaves a lot of the outside rush responsibilities up to these guys on the edges.
Now, when the 49ers played the Seahawks, their big rival, and a lot of times against the Seahawks, you're going to be in your base package because they don't spread out a lot. You get that nose guard back in there, and you can see when you look at this slide, it does look like a pretty standard 3-4. You got Quentin Dial over the nose, you got Aldon Smith and Ahmad Brooks on the outside edges. This is what's standard, but Arthur, going through some 49ers tape from last year, they didn't look like this that often, and that's why we had a second slide from the game against the Rams, in which there actually was not a nose guard over the center. He was over a guard. Everybody was moved over a little bit, just to show how versatile they could be.
Yeah, I think it's essentially Vic Fangio trying to create the best matchups possible for his linemen. So whether that means totally vacating the center and having them line up elsewhere on the line of scrimmage, there's going to be a lot of different alignments that we're going to see. And again, it's going to depend a lot on the personnel that you have, but it just goes to show that Fangio likes to mix it up. He likes to give offensive coordinators conflict by changing up the alignments.
So we can agree there's going to be some edge rushers. There's going to be somebody in the middle there, but we don't know where everyone's going to be. In our next video, we'll go through the current Chicago Bears and see how some of those players might fit in a new 3-4 defense.